Hey, amazing people. Great Monday. I hope everybody's having a great day. I really, really do. I wanted to, I'm about to definitely make some major changes, um, when it comes to me. And, I just wanted to, because sometimes people see you change, people see you fall back, you know what I mean, and get very, very distant, and not know why. And I'm just gonna make it publicly wide on my platform, why I'm about to move, how I'm about to move. And, I titled this I battled my brain tumor alone, for the simple fact that, you know, I'm not gonna say that I never made mistakes, going through life because everybody do. You know what I mean? But one thing about me is that anytime that anybody ever called on me, I was there. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm just reflecting back. It ain't even about like throwing nothing in nobody's face. You know what I mean? It ain't even about none of that because everything I did, I definitely did from my heart. But with you doing things from your heart for people, some people will take advantage of that. You feel what I'm saying? And this is real life. And when somebody takes advantage of somebody that's doing something from their heart, it hurts. No matter how you look at it. And some people that don't want to take responsibility, for how they, mishandled you and mistreated you will sit up and try to say like, oh, well, if you did it from your heart, you wouldn't be bringing it up. Or, you know what I mean? Why you throwing it in my face? No, you know what? Sometimes people need a reminder of what you've done for them. You see what I'm saying? To humble them. Because some people forget. And there's plenty of times that I've had to sit up and remind people of what somebody else did for them or how somebody else was, there for them in their time of need or their dark season. And just letting a person know. Like, don't handle them like that. Because when you was going through, they was the only one there. Sometimes people need a reality check. You see what I'm saying? But you know, what I'm coming to say today is that I'm definitely about to move different. And I'm definitely about to cut some people off. And I'm definitely about to fall back. I always find myself on the front line, always speaking up. The only one brave enough and strong enough to say the things that I say. And I know that's appreciated by some people. Don't get me wrong. I know it is. But it brings me more hurt and harm than it does good, to be honest with you. And and you know, it's so many situations that I've went in situations, you know what I mean, with great intentions, wanting people to be successful, wanting people to be in, just better places in life and wanting people to level up. Like that's just me. That's my heart and that's my mind. I want people to win. And if I got some information to help you win or I could help you win, I'm gonna do that. Hands down. But I have to realize that at the end of the day, people don't have great intentions when it comes to you, which that'll never ever make sense to me. I've always been I've always been the person that people come to. Yo, and I'm not even sitting up here exaggerating. I'm talking about I always been the person to step up and take somebody's kids in. And these be the same people that run and try to talk about me. I'll be I'll be the same one that when people going through stuff, they call me in the middle of the night. If I could even tell y'all the amount of times that I done ran to the hospital, you know what I mean? That I just got out my bed, just so much for other people. Advocated for other people, standing on the front line. You feel what I'm saying? People sitting up trying to talk about people, and I'm the only one that's saying, that speak up and say something and have somebody's back. But people always want me to be like the bigger person in a situation. And I understand what m- it means to be the bigger person, but it's like, why do I always got to be the bigger person? Why don't people ever tell the people on the other side of me to be the bigger person? Why? I done set up and went through a lot of stuff with everybody. I done made a lot of sacrifice. I'm talking about to the point where, my kids be like, Mom, stop doing stuff for people. You know what I mean? You sit up here and you do stuff for people and then they hurt you. You know what I mean? Try to sit up and make it seem like you did something to them. It hurts because I sit up here and it's like I ignored my kids and I still, you know what I mean, was doing stuff for people. My oldest son will always tell me, Mom, you always going to bat for somebody. You always sitting up taking somebody's kids in, helping people, letting people move in with us, and then they turn around and they hurt you. And I've done that my whole life. And I will stand on the front line and people, I'll stand on the front line and do the right thing. And then people will turn around and hurt me and attack me. And guess what? Don't nobody come to Shalakimia's defense. Don't nobody come to my defense. Don't nobody stand up and speak up for me like I spoke up for them. None of that. None of that happens. And I'm just sitting up here thinking about the family that I've been there for, the friends I've been there for, being in a relationship with people and being there for them and being there for their family. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm just sitting up here thinking, like, when I went through my brain tumor, y'all, I went to that hospital alone. I was in the emergency rooms, hooked up to them IVs alone, alone. And I sat and I thought about that yesterday. I was alone. Ain't nobody show up for me like I showed up for them. And I can't ignore that no more. I just can't. I'm still battling this tumor. You feel what I'm saying? Like I sit up and I think about like if my friend had a tumor, I wouldn't be coming up against my friend. I wouldn't be hurting my friend. If I was in a relationship with somebody who had a brain tumor, I wouldn't hurt them. I wouldn't hurt them. I wouldn't betray them. If my family member had a brain tumor, I wouldn't be sitting up hurting them. They're battling enough. I wouldn't put no stress on them. I wouldn't put no stress on my friend. I wouldn't put no stress on the person I'm in a relationship with. I wouldn't put no stress on a family member. I wouldn't put no stress on that person. I wouldn't even do that. I would be trying to be there for them. I would be trying to uplift them and empower them and inspire them. I would do in their life what God told me to do. I would be trying to help them. I sit up and I think about that. Like, who cares about my situation and what I'm going through? People care enough for Shalakemia to help them. And that's why I have to change. And that's why I have to get distant. And that's why I have to get quiet. And that's why I got to stop standing on the front line. Because when it's time for people to stand on the front line for me, they don't stand on the front line for me. People don't speak up for me. I have done, I have done what a lot of people would not do. In some situations when it was time, I have y'all wouldn't even believe since I was 19 years old, I've been taking in people's kids, family going to prison. I would take their kids in so they didn't go into the system. Friends, I would take their kids in so they ain't go into the system. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like that it didn't do it's like I was the only one. I was the only one that stood up though. I was the only one that, did that. And it's like people don't look at stuff like that. Like nobody else stepped up to take your kids in their house but me. Nobody. If something was going on with me, and maybe I think different, y'all, maybe I just take my relationship with God serious, but I could never cross nobody that helped me when I couldn't help myself. I'm not crossing nobody that helped me when I had to sit up and beg a whole bunch of other people to help and they wouldn't. And this one person help me, I would never cross nobody that took my kids into their home and took care of my kids when I couldn't. And stepped up and took care of my kids so my kids didn't go into the system and have to go to a foster home and be around people that, what I mean, they didn't know. I would never cross nobody like that. I just wouldn't. I don't know if we feel entitled in this world. I don't know if we feel like people have to do something or people are supposed. No, people don't have to do anything. People, you know, at the end of the day, I'm sure that everybody listening to me right now has been in a situation where they wish they just had one person show up for them, or they've been in a situation where people had no problem telling them no. I know people listen to me right now. You've been in a situation where you had to sit up and feel some type of way when people could do it for you and they didn't do it. But just look at the other side of the spectrum. Then turn around and mistreat the only person that stepped up to the plate. Do you know how hurtful it is that you sat up and you helped somebody in their time of need, and then for somebody to come back and tell you like they was talking about you? That's a slap in the face. People got to stop slapping people in the face. God's not honoring that. God's not honoring when he sat up and he sent somebody to be there for you in your time of need, and you disrespect them and you mistreat them and you mishandle them, and you think you about to sit up and talk about the very person that helped you when nobody else would. Then those people will go and talk about you, the people that wasn't even there for them. That's the crazy thing. They will talk about you like a dog to the very people that could have been there for them but said no. They will talk about you to the people that didn't show up for them. God's not pleased. But I just had to sit up and I had to just think back. I'm always the one to jump up and be like, I'll do it. They could come stay with me. I got you till you get yourself together. You need help? Oh, I'm gonna help you. I know how to do that. Oh, you going through this? Listen, I got some resources that'll help you. I'm always that person, yo. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from being there for people when they down and out and they going through. I'm exhausted because it is never like that when I'm going through. It's never, when I say y'all, it's never like that. I'm always the one checking on people because if I know you're going through something, I'm going to check on you. I'm never going to sit up here and know you going through something and let you feel like you got to go through it by yourself. I'm going to check on you. I'm going to reach out and be like, are you okay? Because I know how it is to be hurt. I know how it is to be going through something and feel like you ain't got nobody. I'm the person that's going to jump in and be like, listen, I know you're going through this, but you're going to get through it. You're going to get through it. And listen, you got to do this and you got to do that. And I'm going to help you do this and I'm going to help you do that. Because we ain't going to dwell on that. I'm always that person. But I had to sit here and realize yesterday, When I'm going through something, I just go through something by myself. By myself. I had to realize that. And I'm not talking about the beautiful people that, God just blessed my life with. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm just talking about realizing that I've been living with a brain tumor for 7 years and people just handled me fucked up. And I was always the one to open my door. I was always the one. I was always the one they called. But then I realized I'm the first call. I'm the first call. But then you have no problem mistreating me. You don't have no problem mishandling me. You don't have no problem allowing other people to sit up and mistreat me and mishandle me and talk about me. No problem with it. That's why I have to make the decision that I'm making to step back. That's why. God showed me that yesterday. And it's so hurtful. And I think some people in my life in the last season, I think they wanted me hurt. I was told a lot that people are jealous of my anointing. They're jealous of my light. They're just jealous of the person that I am. The very people I helped. How are you jealous of me? How? I will never understand. I will do anything for anybody. I never allow people to go through things alone. Ever. Ever. But yesterday was a wake up call for me that I'm not speaking up no more. I'm not doing that. I'm not sitting up standing on the front line no more. I'm not. Because who stands on the front line for child leukemia? Y'all know from months ago that I was taking care of my grandma. Y'all know I was taking care of my grandma. And um my grandma had her own income. And I never ever got a dime. I never got a dime for taking care of my grandma. Not one dime. I never got nothing. I was taking care of her with my own money. There was no reason I had to fight with my uncle. Fight with my uncle. There was no reason I had to fight with him. And family just sat around. Family just sat there and knew what was going on and ain't say nothing. I sacrificed for that. I'm tired. I'm tired of sacrificing. I'm tired of standing on the front line. People don't care if I'm messed up over here. They don't care. I was my grandmom's 24-hour care and going to school and trying to work my business and trying to keep my platform afloat for a year. So guess what? When it came to me trying to buy a house, I couldn't even buy a house because I didn't have income to show for a year. A year. And I'm just sitting up here like that, God, what do I do now? I can't even move. I can't even move. I can't even do anything. Didn't have to argue with my family. Didn't have to argue with my family about why wasn't I getting something to help take care of her. I'm tired of being that person. I'm not being that person no more. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm really about to isolate myself. I'm really about to fall back from everybody. I just want to stay to myself because I feel like if I stay to myself, can't nobody hurt me. Can't nobody hurt me. I be embarrassed. I be embarrassed in front of my kids sometimes. I be so embarrassed because my kids be having a front row seat to people hurting me. And I be feeling so dumb in front of my kids. I be feeling stupid. My kids be like, Mom, why do you keep doing that? And I be like, I don't know. Like, I just be trying to do what God tell me to do. It's like I disappoint my kids when I do that. And then I be sitting up here at the mercy room hooked up because of my brain tumor and just wonder why I'm sitting there by myself. And I guess those are the moments that humble me the most when I'm sitting there by myself outside of my kids. But it's like I'm sitting there by myself. And then you got to watch these people that you help go run and help everybody else. I'm just tired of being that person. I'm just really tired of being that person. I really am. I really, really am. And you know, I thank God, um, for just bringing me through a lot of what He brought me through. I really do. I thank God for every single gift. Um, I I just thank Him for the strength to just be able to go through those things, and not fall apart, you know. Um, I just really thank God. I really thank God for this platform. I thank God how, he's definitely used me. I read your messages, I get your emails, I read your comments, and you know, um I just thank God how he used me, to be able to help a lot of y'all, to be able to help a lot of y'all heal. I thank God how He used me to be able to be a voice for, you know, things that people are silently battling. I think that was a big purpose. I thank Him for, trusting me with that purpose. You know, I really do. It was a big purpose. A big responsibility. It took a lot of strength. It took courage. It took a lot of different things, for me to be come the person that don't mind standing on the front lines because I'm not scared of anything. I don't fear nobody but God. And if speaking about certain things is gonna help people heal, you know, there's so many when I spoke about, men and sexual assault and rape and so many different other things. People were able to, heal from that. When I spoke about, mothers being jealous of their daughters, there's so many people that reached out and was like, just thank you for doing that. You helped me heal. I really thank God, you know, for using me. I do. I do. All I wanted was healing for people, you know. I didn't want people to be suffering in silence because I know what that's like. I remember telling God, just use everything I've been through. Just use everything I've been through. And that's why I handle people how I handle people because I know how it is to have nobody. So I think that's why I was showing up for everybody. I know how it is for people to not want you to be successful. And I think that's why I poured so much and I was so determined to help other people become successful. Um, I just feel like, I wish that um when I was younger, people would have, you know, um showed up for me how I needed them to show up for me. And that's why I showed up for other people's kids, the way I did, because I understand, you know what I mean? I've been there. I know what it feels like. So I was determined to be able to take in, you know, kids through kinship and through foster care, you know what I mean? And give them a loving home, because I know what it feels like to want a loving home, to feel safe, to be in a home where you ain't being molested. You know what I mean? You ain't being touched inappropriate. You're not being mentally abused. I just wanted to be able to offer kids that loving home. That's all I want to be able to do. I just wanted to be, I just, I know how I grew up, and how I came up and everything that I battled with. You feel what I'm saying? And I just wanted to be the type of person that was a blessing to people. I wanted to be a blessing, and I wanted to be light. I grew up in a dark place, and I just didn't want, I know how that suffering is. I know how what the pain is like. I know how the hurt is like. And I just didn't want other people to experience that. So I felt like if I could be a light, I felt like if I could speak up, I felt like if I could be a blessing, then I can detour people and I can protect people from going through those type of things. That's what I felt like I could do, you know? That's what I felt. But people have made it very clear how important I am to them, you know. Um, I'm just going to, stay to myself. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay to myself. Um, I don't need any stress on me. I don't need no stress on my mind, on my brain. Um, I just don't need that, you know. In this season, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna look out for me, like I've been looking out for people all this time. I'm gonna focus, on me, and doing what I have to do for me. Like that's where I'm at, because I'm tired of being slapped in my face by the very people that I helped and the very people that I wasn't nothing but genuine to, you know, and it hurts. It hurts. I hope it's worth it, to those people though. But this is where, I go ahead and I check out, because I know that I'm a great person. I strive to be a great person every single day. Every single day. That's what I strive to be. I'm not perfect. Like some people try to say, I'm not perfect. I just know how to treat people. I don't come in nobody's life to be negative. I don't come in nobody's life to be a hindrance. I don't come in nobody's life to be jealous or envious or to hurt you. If I come into your life, it's to be a blessing. It's to bring positivity. It's to bring empowerment, motivation, all that. Inspiration. That's what I'm bringing. I don't have the mindset to come in nobody's life and hurt them and cause them any type of pain. Because let me tell you something, you don't know who God is sending. And I'm never going to play myself and hurt somebody that God sent to be a blessing to me. Because that is a dangerous playground right there. When you do that, because people have to understand when they do you wrong and God sent you, they doing God wrong. You crossed God. You talked about God. You mistreated God. You mishandled God. And that's the last person I want to mistreat, mishandle. When people use you, They use God. They don't even understand it. They think they hurting you. They think they using you. No, you hurting and you using God. You are cutting yourself off. People are cutting themselves off. And God will show them people that they cut themselves off. The people don't understand you curse your life. You curse your life. When you mishandle and hurt people that God sent, you curse yourself. His word says that you curse yourself. They will miss my covering. They will. They will. But, I just, wanted to come and say that, you know, because I know there's about to be some people feeling like, well, why she cut me off? Why is she talking to me? You know why? Those people, they know why. They probably listening to this right now, or they're gonna listen to the replay. You know exactly why. Think back on how you mishandled me and think back on how you mistreated me. You know what's so crazy? I was just on the Shade Room page and they was talking about how that Gucci man, one of his rappers, had passed away. And the one family member was on there going off on Gucci Man and Keisha Kayor. Talking about, how they ain't help pay for the funeral, this, that, and the third. And come to find out, they did pay. They made a payment straight to the funeral home for the funeral. And I got in the comments, and I was like, I said, we gotta stop doing this. We gotta stop doing this as Black people. Number one, you should have some life insurance. You should have some life insurance. Not running around here buying chains and sneakers and cars and trying to flex for social media and the people around you. Get some life insurance. But I went in the comments. I said the Gucci Man and Keisha K. Or I said, you know what? I said I apologize for how these people try to sit up and drag your name through the dirt on social media for everybody to see, and y'all sat up there and sent that money to the funeral home and paid for that funeral. That right there, y'all, that's a slap in the face. That's a slap in the face. And people may not show it, but that hurts. That hurts when people try to discredit you. I don't care how strong of a person you are. It's hurtful. It's ignorance. And we got to start holding each other accountable. I don't sit up and allow people to mistreat other people and mishandle other people. I speak up. I be the only one speaking up about it, y'all. That's why people don't like me now. I be the only one sitting, if I'm somewhere and people start sitting up trying to talk about somebody, we ain't about to do that. We is not about to sit up here and get together and talk about nobody and talk about them being homeless and talk about, we ain't about to do that. I'm always the one. I'm not doing that no more though. I'm not even gonna be around certain people, but I'm not sitting up doing that no more. I ain't doing that no more because you know what? Them people be sitting right back up in them people's face, smiling in their face, knowing they was sitting up trying to talk about them. I don't let people mishandle and mistreat people and sit up and talk about people. I don't do that around me. I be like, we ain't about to do that. And I know them people, I know people listen to me right now. We're a room full of people that sat up and talked about you and ain't nobody said nothing. I ain't that type of person. I ain't that type of person. I don't let people do that. I don't let people sit up and lie on people name, drag people name through the dirt. Cause baby, let me sit up and know that you wasn't nothing but good to that person. Oh, I'ma say it. Now how you gonna sit up and talk about them, baby, and they done took you in and you was homeless. You ain't about to sit up here and talk about nobody that offered you a place to stay when nobody else did. But that's how ignorant people are. You will sit up and talk about the only person that took you in a house, the only person that was taking you back and forth to work, the only person that was lending you money, giving you money, being there for you and your kids. You'll sit up and talk about the very person that put you on to something, helped you with your business. Come on. We gotta do better. And God's not honoring that. You could sit up and lie on a person. You could sit up and mistreat, mishand, do whatever you want to do. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: God sees everything. God sees everything. You could make it seem like you ain't done nothing to nobody and you ain't wrong. God sees all, and He gonna move accordingly. He gonna move accordingly. Period. Period. Point blank. That's why I always gotta tell people: listen, if you knew you was good to them people, stand on that. And stand on the fact that God know too. Because they gonna reap what they sow. Tenfold. I don't care what it looked like to I don't care what it looked like to the people around them. I don't care what it looked like to the people around y'all and the people in the world. God don't care about none of that, baby. He don't care about what lies you done sat up and told. He don't care about how you try to discredit. It's dangerous when you do that. And those people will reap. Beyond measures, they will reap. It's like you better be careful who you put your mouth on. You might lose everything. You better be careful who you hurt. You might lose everything. Everything. And only them people gonna know why they lost everything. Cause God gonna put you in their spirit and put you on their mind and let them know. They gonna have a spirit of guilt on them. They gonna be convicted. That's what it's gonna be. They gonna know. They gonna know why God said, touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm, baby. They gonna know. They gonna feel it. A spirit of guilt is consuming the people that hurt you right now. The people that hurt you, mishandle you, the spirit of guilt is consuming them. They can't even think straight. They can't even function. Because they know deep down inside they did you wrong. They know they lied on you. They know they mishandled you. They know they mistreated you. Guilt is eating them up. They are convicted. And they're not going to be free till they apologize to you. They ain't going to be free until they apologize. It might not even be free after that, depending on what they did and how they hurt you. I don't know who that was for. I don't know who it was for. But they about to reap. They about to reap, baby. I promise you that. I told y'all last week how somebody sat up and tried to do me wrong, and then baby, the next day they was on my phone begging for forgiveness. On my phone begging for forgiveness. They told me out their own mouth. I couldn't even think all day. It was eating me up how I did you. They said it was eating me up because I was wrong. God will convict people. Please don't think people is getting away with it. They're not getting away with nothing. Not when there's 20 people around you, and then when you're going through something, it's only one. It's only one. When you're going through something, it's only one or two that's checking on you. How do people even sit up and do somebody wrong? That, listen, that ain't nothing but the work of the enemy. And that's how you know who people really for. I don't care if people sit up here and say, oh, I'm for God and I'm sold out for God and go to church. Baby, them be the ones serving the enemy. Because people that really serve God, they know better than to mishandle and mistreat people. They know better than to stand by and allow other people to mishandle and mistreat people. The people that's really sold out for God don't even be the ones that show up to church every Sunday. Now let's talk about it. They don't even be the ones that show up. And they serving God harder than the ones that's in the church. God don't care about he don't care if you go to church every Sunday if you ain't doing right. If you go to church every Sunday, you serving a church. You serving a religion. You ain't serving God. Serve God when people ain't looking and when they looking. But the people that's sitting up fronting and for real serving the enemy when it come to you, baby, the enemy is about to leave them to reap everything that they done did. Everything that they done did, they about to reap it. Please don't think what you pray for, you're about to get it. That's not happening. Cause while you was waiting on the blessing, you was doing people dirty. How you think that? While you was waiting on God to bless you, you was crossing people. You was doing people dirty. Now why would God set up and bless you? And you couldn't even be obedient while you waited. So what made God think you gonna be obedient over the blessing? Come on now. We got to start being real. We got to start being real about this thing. It ain't right. It's just not right. And I'm saying that I have to take this kind of stance, but at the end of the day, I gotta start looking out for me. Cause me looking back at situations, I'm like, I done ran and looked out for everybody. I done ran and spoke up about everything. I done checked on I done did all this for everybody. And I'm empty. And I'm empty. Ain't no way. I can't keep doing me like this. I don't deserve that. And I'm not putting up with it. How people did me, I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. I hope it was all worth it. Cause no more. No more. When I get off this live, I will be unreachable. I will be unreachable. That's what I will be. Cause let me tell you something, them same people that set up and hurt you, oh, they gonna need you again. They gonna need you again, and you are not going to be available. I need you to go, and I need you to go. And when you need help and you going through what you're going through, I need you to call the people that you hang with every day. That's what I need you to do. I need you to call the people that you had their back. Call the people you fronted on me for. That's what I need you to call. It's the boundaries for me, baby. I'm about to protect me like no other. And I'm not apologizing for nothing. I'm not. Baby gonna need you. You hear me? There was some people that did you wrong. They ain't even go through what they ain't even go through what they about to go through yet. God put you in their life 3 seasons before they about to go through what they go through. God put do y'all hear what I'm saying? God put you, God put us in their life 3 seasons before what's about to happen. You did small stuff. We did small stuff. We ain't even do the big stuff that God put us in place to do. People don't even understand. They don't even realize. You done burnt the bridge before you could even cross it. You done burnt the bridge that you gonna need to cross over in 2 more seasons when you get hit with what you about to get hit with. This was the person that God put in place to help you get through that. And you done did the person dirty. You done did the person dirty before what you did for them, you did small stuff for them. You might have gave them some gas money to get to work. You might have watched their kids. You might have gave them a ride. You might have put them onto an opportunity that was peanuts to what God was about to have you do. That don't even listen, that's nothing. Right there, what you did. I'm not saying it's nothing like that, but I'm saying those were the tiny blessings. Them was the tiny blessings that you was blessing them with until you got to the big blessing. Cause see, baby, where God is about to take us, He about to take us to another level. He about to take us to another level. And the crazy thing about it is you wanted them people to go. If you like me, you had a plan how you was gonna bless them people where you was gonna get. Let me tell. I'm gonna just be real with y'all right now because I'm led to be real with y'all right now. I'm the type of person I'll be like, God, when you do this for me, I'm gonna make sure my whole circle is homeowners. I'm gonna put my whole circle on. That's what I told God. I'm gonna put God. I said, when you bless me, how you about to bless me, I'm gonna make sure they all gonna buy houses. I'm gonna give them the down payment, God. They all gonna have brand new cars. They all gonna have thriving businesses. Cause God, when you bless me and you pour it on me, it's gonna pour over on them. We all gonna be blessed. God, I need you to make sure I need you to make sure when you bless me, it's big enough for the people attached to me. The people around me, we all gonna be winning. I'm not the type of person that God bless me and I keep it to myself. I don't do that. I make sure the people that was there for me in them dark seasons, I make sure they blessed. The people attached to me that supported me on the way up, they blessed. I told God, I said, I'm gonna invest in everybody's business. With everybody that's attached to me, what they need at that time, I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna let them know God bless me, so I'm blessing you. They don't even understand what they cut themselves from. They don't even understand what they cut themselves out of. They don't even know. Y'all set up and use me at this level. Y'all mishandled me at this level. Y'all mistreated me at this level. This is what y'all did at this level. Y'all ain't even seen nothing yet. Y'all thought y'all used me. Y'all thought y'all got over on me at this level though. I didn't even do nothing big for you yet. I ain't even do nothing big. But if you think you got over, congratulations. 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 Adam, more than 3 seasons, to be honest. Most know they overstepped boundaries, asking me for help, knowing they had a whole partner and I'm single, yet I still helped and didn't feel bad about it. It ain't, Adam, it ain't even really about like feeling bad, but we're not going to sit up here in front like we're not human beings. We are human beings. You see what I'm saying? And some of us have huge hearts for people. And see, that's what's wrong in our community, that we'll sit up and we'll be like, oh, well, if you did it from your heart, then nah. Mm-mm. Stop doing that. Stop doing that to people. Stop trying to sit up and make people feel some type of way like, oh, if you did it from your heart, you wouldn't feel like this. We are human. We are human. And the things that we do for people, we don't have to do. But it's a slap in the face when you do step up on the front line for somebody and they and in return they do you dirty. Don't tell people, don't do that. Don't do that. That person did do it from their heart. And that's why it hurts so much. Come on now. We ain't gonna keep handling people like that. We ain't gonna keep handling people like that. Cause that's not right and it's not cool. And for real, when you do that to people, it's like you hurt them even more. And it makes me feel like you the ops for real. You the ops. But if you was in my shoes, you wouldn't appreciate it. Lavisa, you right. We are human. And it's not listen. I'm not listening to people who like the gaslight. Exactly. That's not cool. They don't never hold that other person accountable. You feel what I'm saying? But they'll try to come to you like, well, if you did it from your heart, no, how about get out my face, baby? Baby, that's what I'm telling people in this season. Get out my face. Cause I'm not about to play with you and I'm not about to let you play in my face. Cause I ain't always been saved, baby. Don't ever get that twisted. I ain't always been saved. And don't let that person come out because you won't like her. I promise you. But yeah, that's another thing. Cut them people off too. Them people that sit up and be like, well, if you did it from your heart, that's not no excuse for nobody to mishandle you and mistreat you and do you. That's not no excuse. That's not no excuse. It's just not. It's just not. And I'm not accepting that. Don't come to me. Don't come to me like that. Don't come to me like, oh, be the bigger person. Don't come to me telling me to be the bigger person unless because you ain't told that person to be the bigger person when they hurt me. When they ain't show up for me, you ain't do that. No, baby, I can't accept that in this season of my life. Who I am, I can't accept that. And I'm not accepting it. I'm not doing it. All that fake and no, baby. Keep that where you live at. But people ain't got to keep it where they live at because I'm going to make sure people stay where they live at and I'm going to stay in my lane and I'm going to mind my business and be successful. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mind my business in my lane and be successful and stay to myself. And that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, okay? It's going to come a time where people's going to wish they didn't do me wrong. They gonna wish I was around, baby. Cause one thing about Shalakimi, she gonna have your back. She gonna have your back. They gonna wish. They gonna be praying for somebody like me, baby. That's just what it is. When I needed them, I was there. When I needed them, crickets. Yet I still win. Exactly. Exactly. It's always crickets. It's always like that. But all I'm gonna say, y'all, before I go, is I hope it was worth it to these people. I hope it was worth it to them because they will never ever have access to me again. They will never ever have access to me again. And one thing before I go, and I'm gonna tell you this, you could go hard for somebody, you could show up for people without I'm the type of person I show up and ain't nobody even got to ask me. You hear me? If I know you going through something, I'ma show up. You ain't got to tell me you going through something. You ain't got to sit up here and you ain't got to ask. If you vent to me and I know you going through something, I'm showing up for you. If you in my circle, I'm showing up for you. The crazy thing is people have experienced a lot of people that have mistreated them and mishandled them, but yet they still mistreat and mishandle people and do people dirty. I will never understand that. You know what hurt is. You know what pain is. Why would you ever condone or put somebody through that? That don't make sense to me. But I'm gonna leave wicked people where they at with other wicked people. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause I know who I am and I know what I'm bringing to the table. And the loss ain't never mine. The loss is never mine. It's just never mine at all. At all. I'm gonna go to the next level and I'm gonna mind my own business. I'm a mind my own business. That's what I'm gonna do at this next level. I'm gonna be there for those that were there for me. Everybody else fend for theyself. Fend for theyself. I'm going to be unreachable. People are not even going to be able to call on me no more. You can't. It's over. It's over. That's over. That's over. I love you too, Marquisha. I love you too. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna go live. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna make a video. I just don't know, y'all. Um, I don't know. I got a lot of footage on my page though. There's a lot of empowerment, a lot of inspiration, a lot of motivation on my YouTube, and my Facebook, and my Instagram. You know, I just wish everybody the best. I really, really do. Um, Take care of yourself. Like I said, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna go live. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna drop a video. I don't know. I just don't know at this point. I really don't. But I gotta go ahead and I gotta pull my life back together because me standing on the front line, I can't sit up here in front. I've emptied myself. I've emptied myself. And I'm gonna say another thing, like I appreciate all the people that support my platform. I appreciate y'all so much, but there's a lot of people that, you know what I mean, don't support my platform. There's a lot of people that don't support my platform. That I've stood on the front lines, and you would think that we would want to support the people that stand on the front line. You would think that we want to do that as people. I know I'm gonna do that. If you stand on the front line, you know what I mean? If you sitting up here and you speaking, being a voice in our community and you being attacked, that's something else we gotta stop doing. People that sit up like Kaepernick, the way he sat up and took a knee, and it's like I feel like the black community, we just sat up here and let these companies take everything from him, trying to strip him, trying to hurt him, and it's like, did we support him? You feel what I'm saying? Like how crazy this world is. Like we don't support the people that's doing the right thing. We support these celebrities that don't pour back into the community. You feel what I'm saying? We support them, and it's crazy. We support the imposters. We support all these people, but we don't support the people that standing on the front lines. Like I said, I appreciate the people that have supported my platform when a lot of black women, because I'm gonna be real, that's what it was. When a lot of black women were trying to attack my business because of how I was speaking about black men, there was some people on my platform that purchased from me and supported me while I was going through all of that. But I have to be real, it was some that didn't. And I don't know why we're like that as a culture. I don't know why we're like that as a community. We don't be sitting up here supporting the people that really speak up about the wrongdoing. The people that's standing on the front line, the people that's sitting up here risking it. It's a lot of hurt that comes from that too. I speak up for the culture. And when the people in the culture didn't like what I was talking about, they attacked my business. They attacked my business, y'all. It was wrong. Because you didn't like what I said. You didn't like how I empower black men. You didn't like how I was holding people accountable. So you attack my business, they attack my business. They attack how I feed my family every day. I want to thank those people that showed up though, and that came and supported me and had my back at that time. Cause that's what it's about. You had my back at a time where I was being attacked for doing the right thing. I love y'all and take care of yourself.